The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Wanna welcome everybody, yeah, we gotta get it hype. Hey, every week talking wrestling, we get into it. Current events, even guests that we're interviewing. Hosted by Chris, Kid USA, and Nappy Boy. Shout out to Ziggy, put the smack down, you can't ignore. The best you gon' find anywhere online. Tell the competition they about to get clothesline. Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Let's go.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast, episode 179. I'm your host, Mr. Team Bring It.
And Adam Rocket Reese joining in on the party.
And we have Mr. Malik X that's coming back once again to Hashtag Heels for Life. Welcome, sir.
All right, welcome. It's an honor again to be on the show. Mr. Team Bring It. What's up, Rocket Reese?
What's up, Malik?
Yes. What's up, man? Thank you for coming. So before we start, first I need you to hit that thumbs up. I need you to comment on this video. Then I need you to subscribe. Then I need you to hit that notification bell so you can get news and rumors from Hashtag Heels for Life on Facebook and on YouTube. So tonight, everyone, we are going to be talking about AEW's third anniversary Double or Nothing live from Las Vegas, Nevada, at the T-Mobile Arena. I had a lot of high expectations. There were some highs and there were some lows. But overall, the pay-per-view was good, but it was incredibly long. It was unnecessarily long. But there were some good spots. And we're going to get into it. So, Mr. Reese, go ahead.
All right. Well, first of all, it started off with the buy-in and a pretty easy match here. Of course, Hook and Danhausen getting the win over the Premier Athlete, Tony Nese, and Smart Mark Sterling. Yeah, pretty much we knew how this was going to go down. Hook pretty much had his way with Sterling, and Nese barely even got involved. And then Danhausen getting the pin after Hook did all the work. So, yeah, so it's a nice little warm up for the audience till we got into the main show. Yeah.
And then we go to the first show of the evening that drew a lot of controversy overnight. MJF versus Warlow.
Yep, and this one, because for everybody who didn't know, like, there was talk of MJF skipped out on the Fan Fest yesterday. We didn't know it was going to be here, but true to MJF form, yeah, he was there. But by the time the match was over with, yeah, he was all but wishing that maybe he should have skipped town, because Warlow, yeah, he didn't have an orchestra with him, but he was playing a Powerbomb Symphony 10 power bombs all together, and Warlow is free of MJF. Yep, he no longer has to do his bidding. He is contracted through AEW, and let me tell you, everybody in Las Vegas was more than happy for the big man.
Yes, this match was a squash match if you really want to look at it, but it was a necessary one. This was a match that they've been telling the story for the past 3 years. Warlow has a huge future. This man is red hot. Once again, I've stated this on the podcast about a couple of days ago, that Warlow reminds me so much of a young Batista, just without a title. It was great. It was great seeing him and being emotional, and you know, he's really literally the hottest babyface right now. So. But yes, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole storyline. Now, what happens with MJF is a totally different story that we'll get into on on Thursday on the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. Malik, did you have anything to say?
Yeah, like I said, I had issues. I had internet issues earlier. That's why I missed that first match. But from the highlight I saw, I think and remember he had a flight booked out of he had a flight waiting booked out of Las Vegas last night, but he didn't get on it. The thing is, I'm thinking it was a squash match, a punishment match to punish him, because that's why he was taken out on the stretcher. And the thing is, you still may not see him again this Thursday on Rampage, so you may not see him again. So maybe that's what they're doing. You know, his contract is up probably. Maybe Khan will give him his release. Who knows?
Yeah, so we'll look into that. Reese, what's the next match?
Yeah, and just to give a thought before we get to that, you know, Chris, it's interesting that you mentioned Warlow reminding you of Batista, because in a recent interview, Batista actually stated that he felt like they were mirroring the Evolution breakup between Triple H and Batista. And yeah, but then they still put their own little spin on it because of like Warlow's natural getting over organically, and it was actually Batista who was a big inspiration for Warlow to get into wrestling. So
wow,
I think it was actually an apropos way to go. So
yeah, it's just we discussed this once again a couple of days ago, that whatever they have planned for MJF, they can't put him on auto repeat. This man he's too good to be in this loop of, you know, doing the same thing with Chris Jericho, the same thing with Moxley, the same thing. Well, no, I don't think he was in the program with Moxley, but yeah, I think it was Jericho, Punk, and now Warlow. So hopefully this will be the last time that we see this loop of, you know, recycled storyline with MJF. MJF should go to the next level now that he has put over his protege, his slave, or his Anakin Skywalker, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So now we can move on to the next chapter.
Yep, this one was Elite versus Delete, as the Hardys took on the Young Bucks. Of course, Hardys would wind up getting a win with Jeff hitting a swanton on Nick for the win.
There were a lot of there was a lot of move stealings in not only in this match but throughout the whole entire evening. We see a whole lot of sharpshooters that were botched. We seen a lot of pettiness though, but it was pretty good. Like I thought that this was going to be the passing of the torch. I don't know why the Hardys won. I have no idea. I guess that this is supposed to be their last run or some type of shit. I don't know. It was an okay match to me. I didn't really pay too much attention to it because I was, you know, doing my admin duties. But yeah, it was cool. Malik.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match for what I saw. I didn't catch all of it. Like I said, I came in on the middle of that match because, you know, but it was good. I saw enough high flying, and then at the end, of course, after Jeff Hardy got the pin, you know, during the watch party, we saw him leaving through the crowd without his brother. So we were wondering if that was deja vu. I hope it's not, but you know,
right.
I'm just thinking since they're getting older. I mean, they are getting older. I mean, I know they can do the moves still, but as you're getting older and your body's getting worn like that, you can't do the moves too long or too much longer. Maybe Jeff Hardy's probably doing that, or he's leaving the crowd like that because maybe he's in pain. Maybe he's getting to the back to get some painkillers or some pain, you know, therapy. You know, who knows? Because like I said, those moves and the blows, and you know, they hurt. I mean, it's scripted, but it hurts even though it's scripted. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell, like, the Hardys definitely, well, Jeff especially, he was off a step quite a bit in this match, and when you can't do your signature offense,
Yeah.
That's a troubling sign. And the Bucks tried to do their part for this match, but yeah, there was definitely some noticeable stumbles in it. But still a decent match overall.
Yeah, maybe those stumbles are telling them, hey, maybe you guys need to retire now. You need to step down.
The one crazy move that I seen, AEW, they actually tweeted this out. There was a swanton bomb on the steel steps by Jeff Hardy to, I believe that's Matt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that was a crazy move. Yeah, that was a crazy move. What's going on?
Remember,
Jeff?
he just hurt himself missing that against Darby in their match a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. What's going on, Corey? What's going on, Derek, from my Facebook? Yeah. So, we're gonna see what's next for the Hardy Boys, and yeah, let's go on to the next match.
All right, next up, we had Jade Cargill defending the TBS Championship against Anna Jay, and this one was where the surprises began because first, Stokely Hathaway, aka Malcolm Bivens from NXT, showed up near the later part of the matchup, distracting Anna Jay, and of course that would allow Jade to hit Jaded for the win. And then when the baddies showed up, Chris Statlander came to the ring to try and hold off, and we thought, all right, Statlander versus Jade, a match that hasn't happened yet. Oh, but there was somebody else that wanted to have a little confrontation with our TBS champion. That's right, the debuting Athena would appear. That's right, the former Ember Moon would show up. Yeah, to a thunderous ovation from the Vegas crowd. And apparently the baddies weren't bad enough. They wanted nothing to do with Athena.
This was a dream come true. We've been talking about Amber Moon for the longest. We said what would happen if Amber Moon came to AEW, that she could, shake up the women's division. Oh wow, we got our answer tonight, everybody. That was a dope debut, and then also on top of that, Athena, aka Amber Moon, has been going back and forth with Jade Cargill for a while. So I tell wrestling fans that just because you don't see it on screen, sometimes you have to see it on social media as well. Things does happen on Instagram, things happen on Twitter. It's just you just have to pay attention to some of these storylines that goes on. So just wanted to point that out. Malik.
Oh yeah, this was the first good high spot for the show, the first good surprise. So kudos to AEW for bringing us to a black king and a black queen to showcase on AEW. So
yeah, there was another dude that came. That was that
was Bivens.
Stokely. Yeah, Stokely Bivens. Yeah.
Matter of fact, this is MJF's former partner from
from MLW,
right? Yes. So,
from their days in the Dynasty.
So watch out for that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so maybe if MJF stays, maybe they can do something together down the line in the future. You never know. So I wouldn't want to see MJF in the black stable. Let's put it that way. Let's leave that.
Or you know what else could happen is if they finally talk. They finally talk Richard Holiday out of into coming to AEW. Yeah, have a dynasty reformation.
All right, what's the next match?
And this one, well, many praised this next one. It was a battle for the ages as the Death Triangle took on the House of Black.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, the entrances on this one alone made this match awesome. But then the actual action, it was. I said this was going to be a war, and they lived up to it.
Listen, let me tell you something. This match was chaotic. It was. It was a lot of spots, a lot of counters, a lot of. I mean, they were literally telling the story in the ring. It's like they were at World War III in this match, and they did not let up from beginning to end. It was crazy. But then also someone else came out.
Yep, that's right. Because after months of teasing, Julia Hart was the difference maker for the House of Black. Yes, she has gone and become the first lady of the house. She sprayed the black mist into Pac's eyes when he was going for the black arrow. Then, of course, yeah, that would set him up for a black mass for the win. House of Black take down the Death Triangle.
Now, I would definitely say this before I give this over to Malik. They've been telling the story, y'all. They've been telling the story since they, spit that black mist in her face. They've been telling the story for almost a year with this shit. So when you hear people like Eric Bischoff say that AEW doesn't excel in storytelling, I think he really needs to check his facts before he runs his mouth on Twitter or any other place where people would like to hear his bullshit. Yeah, House of Black has really established themselves as a trio that you shouldn't want to you don't want to fuck with. But kudos to both trio teams. It was a great match. Damn kickoff. It was I would say that's one of the best matches on that card. And this was a long card. I think it was like 14, 13 matches or something like that. Malik?
Yeah, 4 hours, yeah. But the action was off the chain. See, people in Stamford, Connecticut should take some notes. That's how you put on a wrestling match, and that's how you put on a wrestling pay-per-view, and that's how you entertain wrestling fans to get emotionally invested in your product. That's the wrestlers, the match, the storyline, everything.
Exactly. Instead of like sending out a goddamn little ass card and going around and promoting some bullshit called Money in the Bank.
Yeah, with a former executive vice president's face on it, no doubt. That's not going to help your case any. So
no, because obviously it wasn't bothering anybody because they just like said. I mean, AEW said this in one word: top this.
Yeah, and
kept it moving.
Yeah, that good luck in a couple weeks there.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not gonna call it Money in the Bank anymore. I'm gonna call it Masturbators in the Bank. Can't stop that. That's what I call that. I'm gonna call it Jack Off in the Bank. You ain't gonna top shit. The only thing you can do is top Vince, and I'm pretty sure Vince likes that. But that's another story. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm sure his daughter likes it.
It's going to be. But it's going to be one thing. First of all, first I got to say, Brody King, I am praying for you, dude, because that somersault plancha, like I thought that man almost broke his back or something because he came damn close to hitting the apron. But yeah, first that's going. Second, you're going to see a way more improved Julia Hart for the rest of 2022 because between Black, Brody, and Buddy, you're gonna, Julia Hart, she may become one of the most lethal women in AEW's women's division. Like, I'll say for the tail end of 2022 and maybe the early part of 2023. Because I think if they work with her,
I like how they restructuring like the women's division. Like, they bringing in certain women. If you've seen the wrestling tonight with the women, it's been more aggressive. We've seen a turn tonight. We've seen a baby face that's coming in from another company that could do great things with the women's division. I'm talking about Amber Moon. I mean, they're taking the baby steps, but tonight it's been crazy. It's wow.
Chris,
I'm going.
One note. So as far as Eric Bischoff, years ago when I first started doing this, I went live with a former friend of mine because I saw an ad on Twitter. Bischoff was going to be on the podcast, so you can call the number. So I went live on the Google Hangout. I called the number and we talked to him live. I was live for a second, but I accidentally hit the end broadcast button. So I talked to him off air. But the conversation I asked him about the Sting thing at WrestleMania when he was buried. And my friend asked about it too. He said the Sting could have won. And he said, no, I think it's like apples and oranges. Sting's in a good place. Sting didn't need to win. And basically, he just bullshitted around the question. And I knew right there from there, because Sting at the time, he didn't want to say nothing bad about WWE because of a legal thing that was going on with them. So he wanted to stay in Vince's good graces. So, yeah. But you can tell Bischoff is full of shit. The thing is, apples and oranges. That was your answer. Anybody could see Sting should have won that match. It'd have been the right thing to do for Sting because he was a legend. You don't bring in a legend like that and bury him and just feed and bury him to your son-in-law. Basically, that's what he did. Sting should have won that match. You can obviously Vince hates WCW. That was his whole mentality.
Just like how WWE hates AEW, but they don't want to talk about that.
Of course, right? Yeah. But, so all I say is, the Bischoff, you full of shit. You may have a podcast, but nobody believes shit you say.
Mm-hmm. And then getting into some of these comments, Eddie Clark, he said Athena versus Jade on TBS champion. I believe that Athena is going to take it off of Jade, but
that'll be a good match.
Greg, he asked, he said, so with Athena, do you see Banks or
Banks
Amber Moon coming to. Hey, I think he said Naomi.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It said Neon Moon, so I think he means
Neon Moon.
Naomi. Neon Moon, okay.
Yeah, Neon Moon. Okay, Glow. Okay,
that might be a good name for her.
AEW.
Because
she do glow and she do
right. Yeah, you can feel the glow. Right. So neon is glow. So hey,
yes, we're definitely talking about the eclipse.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's a yes or it's. I'm 50-50 on that. I mean, if they do come to AEW, that will be a major blow for the WWE. But then at the same time, this is WWE that decided to bury themselves on purpose. Like, they had a situation that they could have easily fixed. Didn't even have to go on the airwaves, but they decided to be petty, and not only be petty for 1 week, but they decided to do it for 2 weeks. And then they wanted to blast them on social media. So like whatever happens, it's the WWE's fault. So I mean, you can be petty if you want to, but then when people start going to another company, I mean, you can't blame anyone but yourself. So yeah. Oh, we got Mr. Jaquez on. He's still in Facebook jail or some type of shit. But yeah, how you doing?
It's good, Quaz.
Acknowledge me.
Yes, acknowledge Jay Freeze. What's going on?
Acknowledge my Celtics.
Yep.
No, you're not even from Boston, so I'm not acknowledging somebody that doesn't even live in Boston.
It doesn't matter. Acknowledge my.
It
Boston
does matter,
Celtics.
and you're in New York, so
That's
you're
nice.
a traitor. Moving on. Anyway,
so
Milwaukee,
Chicago
what's
love.
What's the next match?
Next match was.
Wait, I missed. So wait. By the way, I like.
Excuse me.
My bad. I wanted to comment. I like the Neon Moon comment. Definitely a good name that will suit her.
Yeah, that's how
she definitely got the name to fit it, but that's no fair goes down. Next match was Samoa Joe, Adam Cole in the men's Owen Hart tournament final.
That match was badass. You're not gonna lie. That match was badass. But we knew it's really fucked up that we already knew who was gonna win by their clothes. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
They shouldn't do that no more. They really shouldn't, because it was just like as clear as day. Like Adam Cole came out in pink draws and shit. I'm like, okay. So I believe he's winning, and then his wife comes out with her match. She has the same thing on. Wow, she's winning. So obvious. You know, it's just wow. Okay.
The only letdown is we didn't get Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
You'll get that.
I tried to call that one, but it was like
I tried to. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So basically, what they tried to do is that they wanted that moment to be Owens. The whole narrative of why they did this tournament. The belts are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The belts are beautiful. Now, I don't know if they're going to be defending these belts. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the cruiserweight division or I don't know what they're going to do.
It's going to be just like that fucking greatest of all time fucking Royal Rumble shit that fucking Braun Strowman won and never defended that title.
Oh, okay. So they're just going to put it on their wall and just say, I did it, mommy, or some type of shit.
Well, they get the championship too. I mean, not the big trophy too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, so they're just gonna put it in the middle of their living room and just say, "Mommy, I did it." I mean, is that what we're gonna do?
That's a good possibility.
No, okay.
Fuck it.
Right.
Or it'll be like that Shane McMahon Best in the World trophy.
I mean, think about it. Who can say that they have that championship?
Okay, is that what you want? All right. So Greg, he said, or he stated that the WWE shooting themselves in the foot, letting who's Joan?
See, you wouldn't know about that because you don't watch Impact. So we're gonna
that question. Bronson Reed.
You know Bronson Reed, probably.
I don't. Okay, but yeah, letting Joan go. What amazing talent! I mean, the WWE just doesn't. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. So
no. But it's coming back to bite them though, because I think this company is about to be sold the way things are. You got
more information. More information came out about Stephanie and shit. So
that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about Stephanie this Thursday on the Wolfpack podcast. We'll talk more about that. So yes. So what's the next match?
And then the next is like D&D and Ruby. Or as we like to call this one, the musical chairs match, because Bray came out with was played to the ring by Fozzy guitarist.
Sounds like a garbage disposal.
My bad. I'm drinking CM Punk soda right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And then of course Ruby Soho was played to the ring by Rancid. So
destination unknown, and we're still gonna lose this match.
Listen, listen. The match was okay, but like everybody talking about like Rat Fest or whoever came out there.
It's Rancid.
I don't care who they are. I didn't pay attention to it because I didn't know who the fuck they were. Because at first I was just like, "Oh, this is the Bee Gees," but I thought they were dead. So yeah, hi, how you doing?
Rancid could be doing
it. I know that the Bee Gees are not a rock band, but whatever. But yeah,
I think I acknowledge the interesting part of this was that near the end of this, Brett was kind of acting a little baby face, which was
he did, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
she actually helped her. Gave her respect.
She helped her up.
Yeah, she blew some kisses to the crowd, which is Britt Baker like.
Yeah, but I mean, Reese, you gotta understand, they don't want this runaway to go back to the WWE, to go back to the where she at right now.
She can't go back to WWE. Nobody want her.
Everybody can run away. I mean, ask Cody.
That's a good point. Good point. But
I mean, we should say the same thing about Sasha and Naomi, but we don't know how far off the plantation they ran away from.
Now, some people might say that we're changing the narrative because we hate WWE, but if
not
they
changing the narrative,
I'm
not EC3.
I didn't say that, but I didn't call you Chris either. But anyway, but
I didn't call you Braun. I didn't call you Braun. Bring it either.
But I'm just saying, I don't want her to run away, and I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Well, the thing is, you got to remember something. You got between Cody Rhodes and Ruby Soho, who's the bigger star? Cody Rhodes, obviously. Ruby Soho has never been a draw for WWE, unless, of course, you mean.
And she clearly not a draw for AEW either, because it's like her song is trash. I'm sorry, it's like she come out to.
No, but that's what they are. That's what the white folks are like. This is basically what you call underground punk music, underground punk music.
I need. You know what?
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know, I'm gonna say. I said white folks. I didn't say the C word, but I could say that. I could have used that. And I'm like, well,
No, let's stay away from the racism. Because Cody did.
The nerve of you.
What you mean?
The
Because
nerve
I said
of you.
before.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Actually,
The nerve of you. No, you want to say let's not talk about race? I, Mr.
WWE.
Cody ended
Really though? Really though?
Cody ended racism. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Well,
I'm
Cody
sorry,
is not. I mean,
You want to know what?
But like I said, as far as Ruby Soho, I just call that cracker music. Just leave it at that.
Wow.
So
I mean, hey, it's fine to say because Cody ended racism, right?
He ended racism.
I guess like kind of how like Triple H ended.
You have more black champions
I'm not gonna do that.
since Cody left the company. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I know Cody said, yeah, we're gonna feature him, but yeah, you notice it took you leaving the company for it to actually happen.
that's a good point. See, always see. So it's both sides of the fence, I guess, in a sense. I mean, I like AEW, but doesn't mean AEW ain't got some of that in them too. Anyway, you know what I mean? And speaking of AEW for a second, you see Tony Khan on the press conference with CM Punk? That man was cursing, and I think he was drinking. He had a couple of minutes. I think he was drinking.
I think Tony would. You know what?
Where can I get the press
really
conference?
be
I need
honest,
to see it.
I think Tony be sniffing. Okay, Lord Jesus. Let me just, shut up.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
No. I'm just. I noticed some things when he was hugging. Owens.
Yeah, you're right. He's sniffing something.
I felt a little bit of slowness, just by looking at that. Like, I'm just like, please don't be one of them fans where you just hugging her like forever and ever. Okay, let go.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I saw Tony, yeah, I was about to say, Tony. Yeah, you told Martha a little too close there.
Yeah, you were too close.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
the way he was doing this on a.
Did you not? Yes, like
because this is a big ass fucking moment, guys. Come on.
Okay, I get it.
Let's not do that.
I get it, but it's just you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
okay.
Calm down.
You wouldn't do the same thing. You wouldn't do the same thing.
No, and plus Martha Hart is not that attractive. I'm sorry, but that's just me.
Dead. Oh my God. All right, Reese.
Okay.
Next match.
Next match.
All right.
Let's go.
Next one was the mixed trios match: Sammy Guevara, Frankie Kazarian, Ty Conchi versus the Men of the Year and Paige
Next.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one. Yeah. Oh wait, we got to mention the only funny part of this. Well, the only interesting part of this match. Sammy.
It lasted as long as it did.
Bruh, I hope you got one hell of an apology gift right now because that damn super kick the time.
I swear, he took her head off. He clocked her good. He clocked her good.
I'm sorry. Pentagon's super kick on her was a little better.
But I was like, bruh.
But
yeah, Sammy, like I said, I hope you got you one hell of an apology gift because, if you ever made a Brazilian woman mad, it's never a good thing.
No, it's not.
I mean, the one thing that I will say about her that she does like to take everything down her throat.
Oh, nigga,
that's true. That's true though. Because remember the match. Remember
my nigga. Really though?
Yeah, but really right though. Because remember the entrance?
Am I lying though?
Yeah, but look, remember the entrance when they came in and they were playing that series game on Tonto hockey. So,
so when I say that she likes to
Cody's old elevator.
When I say that she likes to take things down her throat, I wasn't talking about Sable and I wasn't talking about Sunny. Her Sunny day. Yeah, but I'm just saying she liked to take the shit down her fucking throat, So I think she enjoyed that super kick. I think she did.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she can swallow just as much as Stephanie McMahon. But
wow,
I mean, Sammy is a macho man. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh yeah, brother. Oh, take Conti.
Well, the Nacho Man is the cream.
All in the tail.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Chris? Hey, Chris, you know what?
Swirl.
Hey, look, I've been tired. Conti's taking more shots to the face than Stephanie McMahon, and that's saying a lot.
Or China and take it back. Got rest.
Okay, well, yeah.
Ooh, damn.
Next match, we can go on. You go.
Right.
But,
Damn.
yeah.
I was gonna say Dawn Marie, but we're gonna leave that one alone too.
No,
Yeah.
you're right, Dawn Marie. Yeah.
Francine.
That's because you chill at the bada bing, but it's not.
Wait. What about Francine?
Probably so. Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, they do call it a hair chiller for nothing.
Damn.
Wow. So Derek, yes, we don't know. We was talking about that.
The fans. The fans.
Well, yeah, outside of
The fans are the heels and the faces.
That's the only face in this match because he was like, "Man, fuck y'all, I'm done." Yeah. He took off for a bit, but then he wound up eating a pen anyway. So.
That was the most sports entertainment match of this wrestling show.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine.
Next up, Darby Allin, Kyle O'Reilly. I gotta admit, this match was definitely for a match that didn't have any build. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
It's Kyle O'Reilly. You can put him in a fucking ring with a fucking mop and he'll fucking make that shit look good.
What was my one dude's comment during the live chat? World's most dangerous diabetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who, Mark Henry?
I'm saying Kyle.
Mark Henry.
No, we were talking the world's strongest diabetic. Like
Keith Lee.
I'm so old.
Damn, come on, man.
No.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Viscera? Oh wait, he's dead. No,
yeah, it was like, dude, O'Reilly. Yeah, this dude is just like taking it to a whole nother level. And plus, I think you and Malik was the one who brought it up. Like ever since like he saw the writing on the wall, got out of NXT. Yeah, the chains came off, and yeah, O'Reilly has been doing his thing, and he's saying singles tag, he can do it all. And
What I'm saying, see, he wasn't going to display that in NXT, which I'm calling NXT. I'm going to call it WWE because even though it's called NXT, it's got the WWE logo, the WWE logo on it at the bottom anyway. So all it is a subdivision of WWE. That's all it is, and it's worse now.
Wow.
But if we're talking about Kyle O'Reilly, listen, he's strapped in.
Yeah.
Close. Like as far as AEW, he already said he signed a 5-year deal. So expect to see him, whether that's in singles matches, whether that's in tag matches. It's going to be amazing. Now
he's in a good place. He's strapped in, not strapped down.
Here's the problem.
Exactly.
Here's the problem, though. I don't know if I want to see more of a singles run or a tag team run now.
I want to see both. I don't care as long as I get to see him wrestle. Put him in anything as long as I get to see him wrestle.
I need another. I need a fucking not Death Triangle. I need Lucha Brothers versus fucking Red Dragon.
Red Dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're gonna get that. Yeah. It'll probably happen sometime down the line.
Yeah. By the way, Darby, for God sake, stop doing them suicide dives, man. Because that first one when you went through the bottom rope and damn near landed on your head. Yeah.
So Antoine asked, he said, will AEW survive in the next 5 years?
I think so.
I mean, some people said that they went
shit in the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta understand, like they wasn't supposed to survive in 6 months.
Yes.
I mean, they survived in 3 years, so like they got a good thing going. It's just the thing is that they need to be a little bit more structured, and they'll be fine.
Here's the thing.
Right now, the crowd was. I mean, like, dude, you gotta understand. If you have never went to an AEW event, you need to go, and you'll see why AEW is so infectious. You know what I'm saying? With
None of it really matters, though.
Yeah, because AEW has real wrestling fans.
At the end of the day, the reason why I say it doesn't matter is because right now, because of this, I'm still bringing it up. The Warner and fucking Discovery merger is causing a lot of effects on what's going on right now. When you think about this, they need someone that can sell AEW's standing point because Last time I checked, we were told that it was doing good and it was at the up fronts for like, advertising and stuff. Then turns out that they wasn't. Now they're trying to get back into there and trying to still push it, but at the same time, the guy that is running everything now and just came out straight up and said, we don't owe anybody anything. So his vision on whatever he has in mind, we don't know where it is. So do I think they can last for 5 years? Yes. Because at the end of the day, they are the highest rated on that fucking network every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Other than that, I mean, granted, now TNT and TBS are doing away with all scripted television almost.
And that's good for AEW because that fits their narrative.
And they're not scripted. They're actually now considered combat sports.
Yep.
So, and that's sports field. The sports field is now apparently what Warner wants to push as well for their networks. So, what better sense does it make than to make someone like CM Punk that champion, who has a history, who has a storyline that everyone can either resonate with or knows. A man that walked away from wrestling or sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, 8 years ago, came back with this new company and fucking now is their world champion.
And I'm sorry, but that is super dope. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Go ahead, Reed.
Yep. All right. Coming up next was the AEW Women's Championship. Thunder Rosa successfully defending against Serena Deeb. And I admit, like this one, we knew the history going into it. I thought this was going to live up to its hype. And they did it. You saw counter wrestling. You saw things get physical.
Man.
Yeah, pretty much all the big moves that these ladies knew how to do. They hit them.
That was a wrestling match.
Yep.
That was a pure wrestling match.
That was a pure wrestling match.
That was a pure women's wrestling match.
If they had a pure women's wrestling match where you had like the same type of pure wrestling title that's in ROH for the women's, one of them deserved that title.
Yeah. And this is important too because it was like, the two most noted matches Thunder Rosa had were her unsanctioned matches with Bray. Now everybody's just got a reminder, hey, put Thunder Rosa in straight up. She can hang with any woman that you put her in the ring with. And props to Serena Deeb as well because this is somebody who I thought was heavily overlooked. Yes. Especially somewhere up north, but definitely her time on the indie scene in NWA definitely prepped her for AEW, and like I said, this was like the perfect stage for both of them because they had the history with each other, they had the chemistry, and if you wanted a technical masterpiece, this was it.
They brought something up also during her the hype for Rosa. They mentioned something about that she celebrated her championship win in her hometown in Mexico because apparently she was the first ever Mexican born wrestler to win an American championship in her field.
I believe so because I know there's a lot of Latino women.
I know there's a lot of Latino men. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Guerrero is the one that automatically comes to the top. You know what I'm saying? You can think of like the Rey Mysterios. You can think of the LA Parks. Like some
but
of the
as far as
Hoover
women goes, I think Thunder Rosa would legitimately be the first like Mexican-born woman to win a major American championship.
If so, that's dope as fuck. I really didn't even know that. Like I know they mentioned something about that, but I was like, I didn't know like that was until they brought it up again, and I'm like, wait, really? So that's fucking dope. That basically is like a punch to the face. Everyone is talking about AEW doesn't have diversity, but We'll leave that one alone too for the people that just find more bullshit to try to tack on to your hate.
Here's the thing. Yeah, see that women's match between Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb, you would never see a high quality match between two high quality female athletes because whack ass wrestling entertainment has none. They're too busy. Showcasing fashion models. You know, and unfortunately,
the two that could have been capable of doing it just ran out the company.
Yeah, I know, Jay, you like Liv Morgan, but that's just all she is looks because she can't wrestle with the shit. I'm sorry.
I understand that. Hey, listen.
And then
I'd rather watch Liv Morgan than I saw the other fucking day, which I will never, ever, ever watch NXT Level Up. I don't give a fuck. No. After I saw some big, giant Keith Lee looking nigga, and I mean nigga, sat there and split the pole and fucking dropped it low up against the ring post.
Yeah.
Yes, and I literally start. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris
you talking about
Quincy?
Quincy? Yeah. I'm no.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his name? So I can block him. Yeah. Quincy Elliott.
Oh, that fat dude. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
That was definitely some dirty bottom activity. That really was.
Yeah, that was very creepy / disturbing. Yeah. More creepy and disturbing than Natty Neidhart and her sister and those creepy YouTube videos.
No, it's more creepier than me watching Big E's fucking big ass trying to hump the top of the fucking ring post and start twerking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Liv Morgan and also another one, Alexa Bliss. That's one that she damn sure can't wrestle, but she has
Alexa Bliss can wrestle. I will take her.
Are you crazy?
I'll take Alexa Bliss any fucking day over a fucking Nikki ass.
You gotta be kidding me, because see the reason why I call her Alexa Bliss because when she's in the ring, it's a piss break. That's how terrible she is to me.
I mean, hey, Nikki ass is only good for one thing: her ass.
No, technically that's ASA almost superhero.
No.
Yeah.
Ass.
Nikki ass. Okay, yeah. I know.
She has a little kick.
Okay, yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
If we saw wrestling in this match, we got a street fight in the next one, of course.
Well, shit's about to hit the fan.
Justin Roberts also line of the night.
Golden.
That was golden. That one had me laughing so hard because I was like, I'd never heard a ring announcer say that before. But I was like,
mid-announcement.
It did hit the fan on this one. Jericho Appreciation Society and Blackpool Combat Club. Eddie King.
Wow, thing.
And for the first half of the match, we were hearing Wild Thing all day until Jericho broke the soundboard. Thanks, Chris.
Fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, I tell you. I mean, that was a
traitor ass Long Island motherfucker. Not you.
No. I mean, this was ass whooping all over the place.
This is the other Chris we don't like.
Yeah. We had blood, we had mustard, we had people getting hit with boom cameras, we had barbed wire,
we had forks,
gasoline,
forks.
Yep.
A concession stand got messed up.
Turnbuckle hooks.
More forks.
And at one point in the match, Mr. Eddie Kingston accidentally poured gasoline on Daniel Bryan.
We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Because when and then Bryan and Kingston were temporarily fighting because of it too, which we kind of felt was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's why they lost, I believe, because
Can we talk about why Eddie Kingston came out there looking like an extra from The Walking Dead, like with that gas can?
When he brought the
that motherfucker, his eyes looked like it was in the back of his head. This motherfucker was walking like this.
Yeah, he was
bloody as fuck. Mad slow. I'm like, okay, he's getting his acting on.
I think he was shooting up. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking.
We're not going to do that. Stop.
Well,
we're not going to do that.
He might have been shooting up with Tony Khan in the back a little bit.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jericho used the turnbuckle hook, and then put on a half Boston Crab, and then Jake Hager choked them out, and that gave Team Jericho to win.
Oh, let's not forget about Moxley, who was pinned to the barbed wire too.
Oh yeah.
That's in the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause look,
But
This
can we
man-
talk about Brian Danielson though? He got basically. I'm trying to keep this like as politically correct and PG as possible, but that man got
PG
fucked.
show.
That man got double penetrated. Like that man got with the legs and the end of the head. Like it was fucked up. They tied him up like a fucking upside down fucking cow. Like hog tied his ass from the legs to the neck.
I mean, basically, he was. They did a train on him.
They did. They fucking did.
much like a train that they did on Stephanie McMahon.
They put the leash around his neck. They put the leash around his neck. You know what I'm saying? And they basically use his body like Triple H used that plastic doll for Katie Vick.
Or much like uses Triple H's current wife.
Yeah, it's that Jake Hager. Yeah, Jake Hager.
I did. I fucked your brains out.
Yeah, yeah. That Jake Hager was pulling a Wayne Brady. He was like, "Yeah, Brian Danielson, I'm gonna
have to choke a bitch."
Yeah,
he really choked that bitch.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so that was good. Yeah, like I said, as far as the match was awesome.
Banger.
I ain't seen nothing like that since War Games back in '87.
Yep. And next up was the triple threat for the tag team titles. Yeah, between the Starks and Hobbs.
Fuck that match.
And Jurassic Express.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had to admit, yeah. I felt Jurassic Express was going to win this match because just like Young Bucks and Red Dragon Revolution, Swerve and Keith dealing with Team Taz, they were going to wind up costing each other somehow. Mm-hmm. And I had to admit, this one, I was with you guys for a moment. I thought Christian was getting ready to turn at a couple different spots, but it didn't happen.
Oh my god.
But Swerve and Glory should have won.
But he did, yeah.
Swerve and Glory.
Yep. And I think that like brought out the air out of the crowd.
It did.
And that's why we were, like no one wanted Dragon Express or whatever.
It's Jurassic.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. They
Luke Perry's kid and his fucking pet dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really.
But I do say this though. I did get my one spot in this match was Keith Lee and showing why he is limitless with that dive over the top rope.
Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. You got to give it to that big man. That big man moved just like Bam Bam Bigelow because he was a big man and he can move quick too.
Then also got to give Hobbs. I got to give Hobbs the Luchasaurus some props too for one taking that dive and then two. Both of them doing their own stuff against each other. And,
I liked it when Hobbs and Keith Lee almost faced off too. That's
by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christian. You ain't do it.
Get the Pretty Ricky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to him for almost sending Christian back where he belongs and give him another CTE problem so they can go home and do a Chris Benoit. But it is what it is. Ricky Starks, phenomenal, fucking phenomenal.
Say this, I'm gonna call it right now. When Scorpio loses the TNT title, whoever beats him, that's who drops it to Ricky.
You already know who's next up. They just showed it. I'm hoping that somehow Dante Martin can get a program with Scorpio Sky and eventually win it, and then have him go against Ricky. Because at the same time, Ricky Starks and him already have a past. He has a problem with FCW, so
but we already just seen it. Like Dante Martin is going to be the next person to face Scorpio Sky, which I'm here for that.
By the way, can we just fucking make the FTW championship sanction at this fucking point so that
it need to be in the garbage.
Ricky has defended it probably more than anybody.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, you might as well make it something.
Make it a belt or something. Make it a hardcore title.
Then again, what's his face already has like a bunch of belts that he hasn't debuted yet.
Really? And he still
Yeah,
haven't
because
done it?
still got them damn trios belt.
He has the trios belts. There may be some intergender. Not intergender. Yeah. I mean the
mixed tag.
mixed tag. I should say. Yeah, championship belts.
Mhm.
There might be another mid card title coming out.
It should be, like I say, it should be somewhere in the cruiserweight division or hardcore division. Something to make it a little.
Wait,
hardcore
and they
belt.
still got the titles from ROH.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
But also,
they
you're
have
gonna do a
cover all
hardcore
those.
belt.
While bringing in and working with AAA and all these other promotions on titles that they're also holding.
Yep. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, our recently married Andrade had a little.
Yes, that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, great segue there, because would wind up joining the Andrade family office in there and
wait,
the former.
You forgot. He said he's thinking about changing the name. You know where this is going.
Yeah, he's bringing in his Mexican mafia people from Ring of Honor. That's his old team, right? Free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's good. See, I never saw him in Ring of Honor.
Rebirth a La Sombra.
Okay. I see it coming. That's cool, and that's cool too. That's a cool faction to bring in.
He said it like he's tired of the losing. He's tired of his losses.
Yep.
The saying. Everyone was like, "Oh, Andrade's always losing." I'm like, they do shit for a fucking reason. Everything plays into a fucking storyline with them. Everything is generally a fucking work until it's not a work.
Yep.
So while y'all complaining about, oh, he's being used, he's been wasted, he did. I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting. Unlike you.
That was a prelude coming down.
Thinking maybe LFI may make a return a little bit.
Yeah, they will. I think I'm still waiting on Dragon Lee to show up.
I think Kenny King was actually.
You don't know who Dragon Lee is?
Nope.
Dragon Lee is the brother of the original Sin Cara. Oh wait, no, Sin Cara number 2. Was it Sin Cara number 2 or the original Sin Cara?
No, it was the original. He was the
original
Mystico's brother.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I've heard the name. Yeah, I forgot about seeing it. But like I said, if he's coming in along with this other guy who shook Andre's hand,
they're all part of LIJ. I'm sorry.
Basically, they're all going to converge in AEW now. That's good. Yeah. So that's why he probably brought.
They have the rights to fucking Ring of Honor. It makes the fucking sense. And then, not to mention, you have the Forbidden Door.
Yep.
Naito.
Yep. Hey, look, with him to the Ring of Honor and now New Japan Pro Forbidden Door, they should bury Vince. I mean, really, they should bury Vince. Vince don't have a chance.
Listen. Let's just put this out there. Vince does not matter anymore. Okay, Vince does not run WWE.
Yeah, Nick
Who
Khan
runs WWE
Nick
is
Khan.
the fucking shareholders, and under that is Nick fucking Khan, who's fucking finger fucking every single one of the shareholders. That's what it comes down to. Vince McMahon is obsolete at this fucking point. Yes, he's in control because he pretty much has a position. But at the end of the day, once that man goes and he's dead, that company is going to either Nick Khan or whoever the fuck they decide to sell it to. Because neither one of his kids can get it, and Stephanie just left.
And here's the thing, yeah, because see, Stephanie took they're already saying it's being positioned to be sold. It might be sold very soon. It could be another year. Who knows?
Yes. FTR did come out and they celebrated with CM Punk for his win, which is a good thing because, as you know, they're friends and both of them have the admiration for fucking Owen Hart and the Hart family, which is kind of why I was upset because I thought maybe, just fucking maybe, if they actually planned this shit correctly, that should have won. Like, or you could have had FTR both in the fucking tournament and then go against each other at the finals.
Yeah, and then on top of that, somebody also said that they didn't appreciate Shawn Michaels' guy, aka Adam Cole, to win the Owen Hart tournament.
Get over it. It's not called the Bret Hart tournament. It's the Owen Hart tournament. It's two fucking different fucking people.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, like you just don't be fucking petty. It's just a little pettiness. It just gets me so fucking annoyed, yo.
And believe it or not, Sean only had issues with Brett. He actually, Owen and him actually got along.
Duh. That's what I'm trying to say to people. Like, yo, you honestly don't know who the Sunny Days fucking comment was for. Maybe you should go back and watch that. Watch that whole documentary.
I actually have a copy of the documentary on VHS. I bought it when it came out on VHS. I still have it.
Yes, it's very, very deep. Reese, go ahead.
Let's go. And of course, the main event: Hangman Page, CM Punk, AEW World Championship. And as Quez mentioned, after nearly 7 to 8 years away, the new AEW World Champion CM Punk, and he will be heading to the Forbidden Door in his hometown of Chicago next month as the World Champion. And there may be some Pepsi plunges. Just saying.
Why do you think I got this?
I know. That's why
I fucking waited. I waited. Okay?
Yeah.
So everyone,
I had some Pepsi and some beer earlier, so I was kind of like both Hangman and Punk.
This shit right here was a marketing move. You actually thought that he was not going to return to Chicago AEW champion? No,
that's a good point. Now the match itself, to me, the match wasn't too hyped to me. I mean, he had a few good moves, but the thing is, I think the 10-man tag and everything else that did it for me. I mean, this match almost wasn't necessary now. And like I said,
it was.
CM Punk, you kind of knew CM Punk was going to win because they're trying to push him to sell this pay-per-view, this Forbidden Door coming up now.
This problem with this fucking pay-per-view, and which honestly I'm going to say right now, Revolution was better than fucking Double or Nothing.
I would say that, yeah.
Okay.
Because there was a number one, this pay-per-view was incredibly long. Like, we shouldn't even be up close to 2:00 in the morning talking about this match. This should have been.
Nigga, it's 2:30. What are you talking about? 2:31.
Yeah, I got
2:30. I'm talking about for me. I'm Central. So I don't care what y'all do.
I don't care about you. No one care about you in the middle last.
I don't care. That's your problem. Not mine.
You a fucking Oreo fucking cream show.
Anywho, it was a lot. The match was okay. There was a lot of botches in this match. Yeah,
there's a lot of injuries.
No, there wasn't.
That's kind of funny. See, CM Punk shouldn't be botching. I mean, isn't he a professional? I mean, that's what I don't get.
I don't think there was any botching.
I think Cliff said it earlier because this wasn't so much them botching. It was them because let's remember, Punk got hurt early in the match. Mm-hmm. Hangman did later when he missed the moonsault, which I believe Malik brought up during the live chat. He said that was the turning point of the match, really, because if you notice, Hangman couldn't really smoothly do the buckshot.
No, because if you notice the last time before he did it, before Punk turned into the GTS, you literally saw his leg buckle. That's why there was that little hesitation. If you notice, he did the whole flip perfectly, but his leg buckled a little bit. That's why he had that little short little hesitation, and that's when Punk was able to get him. That's why I kept saying there was no botches. It's the same situation in Punk's other match where it was like, oh, Punk, he botched this. Well, I forgot who he went against. And, I think it was Penta. Was it Penta? Yes, Penta. And it was like, oh, he's botching. I'm like, yo, do you not see that Penta's been working on that man's knee this entire fucking match? What are you watching? Yeah. Do you pay attention to details? Obviously, you don't. Because you want to sit here and now say that it's a botch, but yet and still you see that he literally worked on his leg. Shut the fuck up there.
Oh my goodness.
So the whole entire time you're seeing them exchanging knee into the leg post, knee into the fucking hardest part of the fucking ring, knee. How strong do you think these motherfuckers' knees are? They're not your mother's.
Oh boy, that's
I gotta say this for the crowd. Yeah, for being there for 6 hours, like they still were giving energy to this one because you could hear some of them were. One moment they were
time out
booing
again.
out
I'm
CM
sorry.
Punk, next minute they were cheering him. One moment they were booing Hangman. Next moment they were cheering Cowboy shit.
Sorry.
Nah,
Go
good
ahead,
luck to you.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna time out.
Yeah. Man, I gotta admit that like AEW sold this one beautifully, especially like the quote unquote Roddy Piper WrestleMania 8 spot where Hangman had to when the referee was out, but then he threw the belt away and just decided to try and win it straight. And of course, another good thing, although many of us were expecting Kenta to show up, it didn't happen.
That's why I was
But
trash.
then we could save it for Wednesday.
That's true. Or for Rampage, you know.
No, I don't think so. I think
But
what's going to happen is
At some
that
point in time, yeah, they're pulling that trigger because
here's
if
the
you're going to
thing.
have anybody with
For
if not
Forbidden Door,
Okada,
who's
yeah.
going to, that's what I'm saying. That's what it comes down to for Forbidden Door. I don't think you should have Okada versus Punk when you have the fucking main title. Now, here's another thing that I have to think of. Who's to say that any of their titles, not just AEW and not just New Japan, and certainly maybe not just Ring of Honor, any of the titles are going to be defended at this pay-per-view.
True. But or then again, or take another point. Who's to say anybody's holding a champion will actually be a champion by the time we get to Forbidden Door?
That's another thing, because you also now are teasing, which I kind of got to put into perspective when I'm thinking about it. Maybe I shouldn't be so upset because we didn't get Kenta and all this other shit, and we could still be getting it Wednesday due to the fact that Friday is something that we're starting to forget about. Great Khan and Jeff Cobb of the United Empire showed up during the FTR match, and they went and grabbed the fucking ROH tag titles. Very fucking important. Very important.
And to cross over that thought, at Dominion, which I think is on the 12th, yeah, Great Khan and Cobb are challenging for the IWGP tag titles, which FTR said they'd like to add to their collections. So there's still like a whole lot of stuff you got in the next, let's say, in the next 4 weeks coming up. And with anybody and everybody competing right now, who knows what's going to happen leading up to Forbidden Door? Who's going to walk through even the night of Forbidden Door?
True. So I was hoping that we get an invasion tonight. As a matter of fact, Ty from YouTube wanted that invasion like so bad, like me too. Like I think that would have been. I think that would have pushed the pay-per-view to pay-per-view of the year if we would have seen the Bullet Club or we would have seen Kenta. I think they should have been a little bit more creative, you know, especially going into Forbidden Door because we still don't have any matches signed at all. And they only have a couple weeks to build this shit up.
You know what?
Guys,
that would have also made this a slight bit predictable because a lot of people knew that a lot of these guys were in town like over the weekend.
So hold on one second. I don't know if you guys talked about this yet, but Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful has actually reported that MJF claimed to us that he showed up shortly before his match, left right after the match, and said that he has a lot to think of. Said, I haven't been able to verify this with other people at the show or if this was planned, approved, or suggested by AEW. So that's something to put into perspective as far as MJF. So I'm put that out there. As far as hold on one second. Yes. You have Dominion, which is next, then Slammiversary, then Battle of the Super Juniors Finals, In Your House, Hell in a Cell, Forbidden Door, Money in the Bank, Against All Odds, and MLW Battle Riot.
Damn.
All over the next 5 weeks.
We're gonna be in the mood for a hot summer.
Yeah,
And you motherfuckers thought that WrestleMania week was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fans believe that they just like, oh my god, WWE it beat everyone this year. WrestleMania was weak as fuck if you really look at it. And now they're using Cody as, and they use Cody as like some type of, prostitute, their new toy, that they're shining and they're using.
Same toy they couldn't sell their seats.
Remember, we took Cody away from you. Well, yeah, you can have that botching motherfucker that ended racism.
Yeah, Cody, and he couldn't sell you them fucking seats. That's why you had to fucking change venues.
Oh,
Yep.
Guess that didn't work out.
Maybe should they do them as Stardust? Maybe that would have worked.
So everyone, once again, today was fucking awesome. I didn't know what to expect with the watch party. Watch party was a major success. We might do this again for Forbidden Door. Yes, we will do this again. Let me clarify this. We will do this again because it seemed like a lot of people had a lot of fun tonight, and I did too.
I loved it.
I didn't think that we was gonna last that long because I'm thinking like motherfuckers are not gonna. They're not going to sit up for 4 fucking hours, and I was wrong. Y'all did. So yeah.
And you're still here with us.
Oh,
yes, and you guys are still here. But
thankfully,
I'm not going to.
Memorial Day weekend, so it's like, yeah, we could just chill for.
However, I gotta go because my family is waiting for me, and I'm gonna do some gunslinging and some YouTube watching and some drinking. So yeah,
all at once. You're gonna be slinging guns and drinking at the same time while doing some YouTubing.
They're playing Call of Duty right now. So
that's what you mean.
Okay,
you know those violent video games is the reason why we have so many mass shootings, along with this hip hop music and
No.
I thought it had something to do with Mortal Kombat, but this was back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
No. This is this hip hop. Hibbity hop stupid shit where you guys talk about killing each other and everyone's popping caps in people's asses.
Like I said, they said this shit about Mortal Kombat back in 95. And so I'm not listening to what you're saying.
I mean, hell, listen, a woman that used to be able to show like a little bit of a kneecap was considered a hoe. So
she was a mother, okay, and you said, according to you said mothers have strong kneecaps, so they do what they do best, okay.
Now, since you said that, I wonder how strong Stephanie McMahon's kneecaps are.
Probably as strong as Trish Stratus's.
No, they gotta be. Her kneecaps gotta be steel.
So you mean Lita's?
Lita's again.
I'm talking about steel. I'm talking about steel like Stephanie McMahon has steel because she's been on
like Lita. She was
a teenager.
No, I think Lita has the strongest knees.
On that note, you guys have a wonderful and blessed holiday weekend. Be safe wherever you are. And we will see you this Thursday. For Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast for other wrestling news. All right. Have a wonderful shit. Have a wonderful
shit. I'm gonna have a wonderful shit. I'm gonna go to use the bathroom right now.
Have a wonderful night.
I'm gonna go take a dookie.
Bye.